Well. It's looking like UFC 303 main event is pretty much canceled at this point. Um, right now it's right before 11 p.m. Central Time, so right before midnight Eastern Time on what is it, Tuesday night? And so the press conference got canceled this morning, and it was canceled like very last minute. It had to have been canceled after 1 a.m. The press conference wasn't canceled this morning. Sorry, I'm running a couple days. Conference was canceled either yesterday or Sunday. Anyways, it was canceled, and it was canceled like very, very last minute. Um, and from what everyone can tell, it's like it had to have been Conor that canceled it. Because Chandler was about to get on a plane. He found out the press conference might be canceled, so he hung out at the airport for a little bit. And he found out for sure it was, and then he ended up taking a flight to Florida to get back in his training camp. But he has since taken a flight home from Florida, this being today, back to Nashville, which signals he has exited his training camp. Additionally, specifically today, or I guess it could have been last night, Dana was heading over to Ireland to speak with Conor, figure out what was going on. He didn't present it as if he's figuring out what's going on. But it was known he was going over there to see Conor, and they haven't said anything. Looks like they've. If you're a big fan of the UFC, you recognize that they put those free fights out right before pay-per-view on YouTube or whatever platform you choose to use. They do it on Facebook and everything. They took the Conor ones down. They just put them up like 2 weeks ago, and they took them back down. It's not looking good. I can't pinpoint what it is. It seems like a lot of sources are saying it's looking like an injury on Conor. I saw some things about his foot's messed up again, but I can't confirm that. And I'm still right there with the addiction thing. Just like it was probably last week. In the middle of last week, videos came out of him partying in a club in the middle of his training camp, which we know that's not unusual. We've seen John Jones. People forget Anderson Silva did that a lot. And recently Ryan Garcia. There's something else about a PED pop. I really doubt that. I doubt that. I don't think so. I think if there was a PED involved, we would know about it from a legitimate source or something. Something else that's going on is the UFC's been throwing out feelers of someone to replace Conor in the card. But with McGregor stepping out, or with Chandler leaving his training camp, I got a feeling they're scrapping the whole fight. They're trying to replace the whole fight. And I don't know who it would be with. Right now, I'd say the leading candidate, Alex Pierre, keeps wanting to get back in there, but I really don't know who they would throw in there right now. But I'm pretty confident in saying that Conor fight's not going to happen. Now, while I'm talking about this, there was something I wanted to make a video about this week. This sort of changed it all, and it would be why Chandler stuck around for this. I like the business side of the UFC a lot too. So if you don't follow that here, I feel like it was about 2 months ago, there was a little bit of news on it. It had a little bit of coverage, but not a lot, of Donald Cerrone talking about how he didn't get paid more when he fought Conor. He was like, I normally get 200,000. I got 200, 250,000, 300,000, whatever it was. He didn't get an extra amount. And the reason for that, like, you don't just make a bunch of money fighting Conor. That's what a lot of people seem to think, that Conor is the only UFC fighter that has pay-per-view points worked into his contract, period. The rest, the only time you get pay-per-view points worked into your contract is when you are defending a title. So I don't know what Chandler would profit from with this. You know what I mean? Like Chandler, I figure, is going to get his normal pay unless they had worked out a deal. And this is very, very possible. This really, really could have happened. They could have easily worked out a deal before going into the Ultimate Fighter that worked some numbers in Chandler's favor, which would completely explain why he's waiting it out, especially when they just set the record gate. That would make a ton of sense. But I don't remember hearing that. I feel like we would know that. So this whole time I've wondered if Chandler hasn't sat out for 2 years thinking he was about to get a huge payday just to find out he's getting paid like normal. But I don't know. That's just a thought about it. But yeah, right now I don't think Conor's showing up. Something's going on with Conor. With the way this has been going this past, yeah, we're going on about a year now. The past year with Conor, we've watched, if you pay close attention, we've watched the confidence from the UFC and Conor fade. Like Conor's been able to call and do for whatever he wants. And since last summer, it has completely changed. It's just completely changed. I really don't know if we're going to see Conor in the UFC again. I don't think the UFC would completely let it go, but I don't know. He's getting late in his ages, like, and with the injuries and with the lifestyle, it is what it is. Hey, Cody, chill out, boy. It is what it is. I don't know. I mean, if he can still garner a lot of money, they'll definitely book it. But I don't know, man. We might have seen the end of Conor, especially if it is an injury. If it's an injury, yeah, that's not good. But yeah, I wanted to make a little video on that. We'll drop a tidbit in here. In one of my previous videos, I have put a code word. And that code word wins a prize. You have to find it in the video to get it, and no one's found it yet. So that's out there. I hope y'all have a good day.